Two warriors, one final battle when former allies Jason Statham and Jet Li find themselves on opposite sides of a deadly conspiracy. Their fight for survival turns into an all-out war. From high-speed chases to intense martial arts duels, every move pushes them closer to a shocking truth. In a world where honor and betrayal collide, only one can stand victorious. This is the ultimate fight to the finish. The neon lights of Hong Kong flickered as Jason Statham stepped into the rain-soaked alley. His fists clenched as he sensed the presence behind him. A shadow moved, swift and silent. Jason turned just in time to see Jet Li emerge from the mist, his eyes calm but filled with deadly intent. They were once allies, brothers in arms, but fate had placed them on opposite sides of a dangerous game. The air between them was thick with tension, the fight inevitable. It had started with a mission gone wrong, a stolen artifact, a betrayal within their ranks, and a conspiracy that ran deeper than either of them had imagined. Jason had been framed for a crime he didn't commit, and Jet Li had been sent to bring him down. Now, with the underworld closing in on them, they had no choice but to fight their way to the truth. Jason made the first move, lunging forward with a powerful punch. Jet dodged effortlessly, countering with a swift kick that sent Jason stumbling back. They fought with the precision of warriors who had trained together for years, each anticipating the other's moves. The fight was brutal, a clash of raw strength and refined technique. Blow after blow, neither willing to yield. The fight spilled into the busy streets, drawing the attention of bystanders. Cars screeched to a halt as the two men leaped over vehicles, dodging and attacking in perfect rhythm. Jason grabbed a metal rod from the ground, swinging it at Jet, who countered with a spinning kick that sent the weapon flying. The battle was relentless. But before they could finish, a group of masked men surrounded them, weapons drawn. A deep voice echoed from the shadows. "Enough. You both have something I need." The leader of the masked group stepped forward, revealing a scarred face. He was the mastermind behind everything, the man who had framed Jason and manipulated Jet. His name was Kane, a ruthless crime lord with ties to both their pasts. He held up a small black box, the artifact they had both been after. "This contains secrets that will change everything, but only one of you will live to see it." Without hesitation, Jason and Jet turned their attention to the real enemy. They fought side by side, their past differences set aside for survival. The masked men attacked, but Jason's brute force and Jet's agility proved too much for them. A chaotic battle ensued, bodies falling one by one as the duo carved a path through the enemy ranks. Amid the chaos, Kane slipped away. Jason and Jet exchanged a glance before nodding in silent agreement. The chase was on. They pursued him through the city, leaping across rooftops, dodging gunfire, and navigating the labyrinth of alleyways. Kane was fast, but they were faster. As they closed in, he took a desperate move, jumping onto a moving car. Jason didn't hesitate, following suit, while Jet landed gracefully on a nearby truck. The three of them raced through the city in a high-speed pursuit, weaving through traffic, barely avoiding collisions. The chase led them to an old abandoned warehouse at the city's edge. The place reeked of danger, its walls lined with weapons and explosives. Kane stood waiting, the artifact in his grasp. "You don't understand," he said, his voice laced with desperation. "This isn't just about money or power. This is bigger than all of us." Jason narrowed his eyes. "Then explain." Kane smirked. "You wouldn't believe me if I did." Without warning, he activated a countdown on a device strapped to his wrist, a bomb. They had only minutes to stop it. Jet moved first, engaging Kane in combat while Jason searched for the bomb. The fight was fierce, Kane matching Jet blow for blow. Meanwhile, Jason tore through crates and panels, searching desperately for the detonator. Time was running out. Just as Jet landed a devastating hit that sent Kane crashing into a stack of barrels, Jason found the device. He ripped out the wires, holding his breath as the countdown halted at the last second. Relief washed over him, but the fight wasn't over. Kane, bloodied but still standing, laughed. "You think this ends here?" He lunged at Jet, but Jason was faster. With a single powerful punch, he sent Kane sprawling to the ground. The crime lord coughed, struggling to rise, but Jason grabbed the artifact from his hand. Jet stood beside him, both men breathing heavily. The battle was won, but the war was far from over. As sirens approached in the distance, Jet turned to Jason. "What now?" Jason looked at the artifact, its secret still unknown. He tossed it to Jet. "You decide." Jet hesitated for a moment before nodding. "Then we finish what we started. Together, They walked away knowing that their fight wasn't just for survival, it was for justice. And until the truth was fully uncovered, they would keep fighting to the finish. The days following their battle with Cain were filled with unanswered questions. The artifact held encrypted files, names of powerful figures, and proof of government corruption at the highest levels. Chet took it to an old contact, a hacker known as Cypher, who worked in the shadows to uncover hidden truths. While Cypher worked, Jason and Jet prepared for the inevitable retaliation. Word had spread, Cain's network was vast, and without him, others would rise to take his place. As Jason and Jet lay low, enemies began to emerge from the underworld, each seeking to claim the artifact for themselves. The duo fought off assassins, gangsters, and mercenaries, each battle more intense than the last. One night, as they hit an abandoned temple outside the city, Cypher finally called, "You need to see this." They met in a secret location, a dark basement lined with screens and wires. Cypher pulled up the decrypted files, revealing the shocking truth. Cain had been just a pawn in a larger game. The real mastermind was someone within the highest levels of international intelligence, manipulating events to maintain control. Jason clenched his fists. So, Cain was just the beginning. Jet nodded. Then we keep fighting. Their mission wasn't over. It had only just begun. The next morning, the streets were eerily quiet as Jason and Jet moved through the city. They had received a new lead, an underground facility where more secrets were being held. Cypher had discovered that the artifact was just one piece of a larger puzzle, and the facility was the key to understanding its full purpose. As they approached the heavily guarded entrance, they exchanged a knowing glance. This wouldn't be easy, but they had faced worse. With a deep breath, they moved in, taking down guards with precision and speed. They entered the facility, navigating through dark corridors, dodging security systems, and collecting crucial data along the way. At the heart of the building, they found what they were looking for, a hidden room containing classified documents, weapons, blueprints, and surveillance footage that implicated powerful figures in global crimes. Just as they began copying the data, an alarm blared. Within seconds, the facility was swarming with soldiers. Jason cracked his knuckles. "Looks like we're not done fighting yet." Jet smirked. "Good. I was starting to get bored." As the first wave of enemies charged at them, the duo stood ready. The fight to finish had only just begun.